Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Iron Channel. I'm Steve Shaw, editorial director at TigerFitness.com and Muscle and Bra Nutrition CEO. This is hashtag Ask BHUD. Big, hairy, ugly dude, Ask BHUD. Today's question is from Facebook. It is from Greg Burke, and Greg wants to know about stalling or strength plateaus when you're in a calorie deficit. So I'm going to get into that topic in a second. Before I do, if you have a question for the big, hairy, ugly dude, that's me, big, hairy, and ugly, and a dude, you can check out the stuff below, the stuff with a SCHTUFF below. You can go to Twitter and ask a question with hashtag Ask BHUD, Big Hairy Ugly Dude. Go to Instagram, ask a question with Ask Big Hairy Ugly Dude, BHUD, or hit me with a DM on Instagram, or head over to Facebook and post a question. So Greg Burke wants to know about stalling on strength plateaus or hitting strength plateaus when you're in a calorie deficit. Here's the best advice I can give you, and this is very general advice. If you have yet to build a strength base, and I'll talk about what that means in a second. If you have yet to build a strength base, there is a good chance if you do a reasonable calorie deficit that you will hold on to strength, or you may actually build some strength because you have yet to reach a good strength base. What I mean by that is that, let's say your bench press is still well under 225, your squat max is well under 315, your deadlift max is well under 405, and let's say you're 240, 250, 230, and you're trying to cut 20 pounds of flubber, 20 pounds of blubber. Let's say you're trying to cut the flubber blubber, and you know, about 220, 230, 240, 250 body weight, and your strength levels are still far from that base level. You could potentially raise your bench press from 135 to 165 while cutting because you're far from establishing a good strength base. That doesn't mean you will gain strength. You could hold strength, you could actually lose strength. Now, for you guys who have a solid strength base, you will probably see a decrease in strength when you're cutting. Is this likely to happen? Yes. Will it happen to everybody? Yes, probably yes. There'll be a few freakazoids out there who won't lose strength when they're cutting, but they'll come on the channel and you'll probably see their comments below like, hey, big, hairy, ugly dude, I gained strength when I did blah, 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 and all that kind of stuff. They probably didn't have a good strength base to begin with, and they probably did build strength. They think they're a lot stronger than they are. So generally 99.5, 6, 7, 8, whatever percent of people who have established a strong strength base are going to lose strength when they're cutting. That's just the reality. What can you do to prevent that? Well, the biggest thing you can do to prevent that is not to cut like an idiot. Most people, when they cut, let's say their maintenance level is around 3,200 calories. They go from 3,200 to 2,200. They drop their calories dramatically, or they go from 300 grams of carbs a day down to 25 or keto or whatever. They make dramatic sweeping changes, and this is a recipe for strength loss. If you want to be wise about cutting and your maintenance level is 3,200, you don't drop it to 2,200. You drop it to about 2,900 and run that for a couple weeks. See what the scale does. You want to lose about 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds a week before you make another adjustment. And even then, if you make an adjustment, you only bump it down by a couple hundred a day. You don't go full crazy stupid and drop your calories dramatically. If you're going to go crazy and do a keto thing and go from 8 billion carbs a day down to 25 or less, then you probably will lose strength. So don't panic if you're losing strength during a cutting diet. Remember, you have to focus on one goal at a time. Your goal while cutting fat is to cut fat. Yes, it is. You might gain strength if you're far from establishing a good strength base, but don't panic. Don't panic. Remember your goal. You can't chase 10 things at a time. You can't become Ronnie Coleman. You can't become the world's strongest man. You can't become Eric Lillibridge. And you can't lose 50 pounds of fat and get down to 3% body fat and get shredded all at the same time. Focus on one goal at a time. And when you're in the gym, you still want to focus on a quality program, trying to make every set count, trying to progress when you can. You want to fight against strength losses, but they likely will still happen. So guys, hope this video has been of some help. Again, if you have a question for hashtag Ask Big Hairy Ugly Dude, all that stuff is below. If you've made it this far in this video and have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do. I'd appreciate the support. So guys, as always, thanks for watching. Have a great day.